Virgs, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node. Please don't mind my water bottle. Homegirl needs a drink right now. But I'm sending you guys so much love, and I'm hoping you guys are really doing blissful today. Squeeze me. Need that agua. Need that agua. But other than that, my beautiful Virgos, it's 7-7 portal, a lot of activations, a lot of cleansing, a lot of clearing. It's a perfect opportunity to finally allow yourself to let the universe know what exactly you want to release, so you can finally create space for what you truly want in your life. So please understand, my beautiful Virgos, that this is a general reading for shadow work and love. So it may or may not resonate. If it doesn't resonate, boo, you know where the trash is at. If it does resonate and you want to be a part of this community and have your energy here with us, you can do so by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel. And thank you so much for your support, and thank you if you're already a subscriber for trusting me on your journey. Now, disclaimers, please understand, my Virgos, that tarot should not dictate your life. My readings are not here to tell you what to do. My readings are simply here just to give you clarification, upliftment, guidance, or confirmation on what your soul already knows for your best and highest good. So take responsibility upon the actions that you take after you receive this information here today. Now, so if you don't know what shadow work is, my Virgo, shadow work is going into the depths of your own psyche and see the parts of yourself that you do not like seeing, that are really your subconscious being. So pretty much the way that the parts of ourselves that we do not want to see are really holding the beliefs and the subconscious patterns that are rippling into our relationships that are not creating harmony within them. So we're going to get in depth and what is causing this disharmony within your love life. So we're going to get one card for the overall energy that you have regarding love. Then we're going to get one pile that talks about how you consciously act in relationships. The second pile, how you subconsciously act and what you avoid seeing. The last pile is going to be your overall belief behind why you act the way that you do and subconsciously. We're going to get 3 cards for those triggers, shadows behind them, tarot for clarification. We're going to get 2 cards, one that explains the type of people you attract and the type of person you are in those interactions. And then we're going to get 1 card for your overall energy in the near future on how you feel about love once you receive this information. And then at the ending, we're going to close it out with cards from your higher self, what your higher self wants to let you know, and what you need to embody in order to create healthier relationships. Now, my Virgos, let's get into it, boo-boo. I'm using the Black Mirror Oracle deck, very perfect for shadow work. Spirit, how's my Virgo's energies regarding love right now? Wow, that was okay. We're doing it. We're doing it, Spirit. We're doing it. Please understand, you guys. Shadow work, we're going to see our shadow. We're going to see parts of ourselves that we avoid, that we don't like, that we run away from when our shadow chases us, so we can see our truth, so we don't have to relive that trauma through those patterns. So whatever you hear, you may not like it, but here's the thing. I believe that if someone really loves you, they will tell you the truth. And I'm only here, I am speaking I'm speaking what's on the card, but I'm wanting to tell you the truth because I don't want to be wishy-washy about love like most tarot readers are. Because I believe knowing the truth will really help you and set yourself free from burdens that are not allowing true love into your life. So you have blinded to pain. Like, damn Virgos. You know, Virgos, you're perfectionist. You're perfectionist, and you try to do things your way, and you're always there for people, and you're always caring. But the thing is, I feel Virgos, I've almost said Tauruses, sorry about that. What I feel, Virgos, is that you do what you can to cover up how you feel, meaning that you do that by working too much, maybe being too much perfectionist, maybe moving around too much. I'm feeling like you move too much around and rush into things because you want to avoid how you feel. And it's because you've been so hurt by pain that there's no point of reliving it. So you might as well suppress it. But then you question yourself, why is it that I'm getting the same type of pattern with a different person? And it's because you're suppressing what you've been avoiding. What you've been avoiding is the pain that you need to see, that's trying to help you understand why you feel that the way that you do, so you can heal it, release it, and learn what you really need to learn. So you're being blinded you're avoiding your pain. You're avoiding your pain that you need to learn from. That's definitely what I'm sensing. So really, I'm sensing that your overall belief around love is that I'm going to avoid it altogether because it's painful. Wow. Let's get into these triggers because we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that, Virgos. You're very loving, so I don't want you to think that way. You're my Virgos, you ain't going to think that way. That's why we do these shadow works. Because when you can take accountability for your emotional intelligence, boo-boo, that is the most sexiest thing, and that deserves to have someone who's going to reciprocate that back to create healthier decisions in a relationship. All right, Spirit. So what is the overall conscious way my Virgos act in relationships? What is the overall conscious way? That is a booklet. We don't need a booklet. Spirits. What is the overall conscious way that my Virgos act in relationships? What is their conscious way of being in relationships? What is their conscious way of being in relationship, Spirit? How do they act consciously in relationship, Spirit? How do my Virgos act consciously in relationships? Damn, Virgos, you quiet as fuck. Alright. But it went on the ground, you didn't want me to see. You don't want me to know? You don't want me to know? You gotta know. Because I want to help you guys. Most definitely. Oh, wow. Okay. So how you consciously act in relationships as a trigger is I can act resentful and distance myself from people for months without addressing the issue. All right. We're going to get into that. All right, Spirit. How does my Virgo subconsciously act in relationships? How do my Virgos subconsciously act and avoid in relationships? How do they subconsciously act and avoid in relationships? When I feel insecure, I put on a false mask to hide who I really am. Okay. What is the overall trigger belief that my Virgos have? Damn, that flew out. That was no rush. All right. Oh. When I'm disconnected physically or emotionally from my partner, I begin to feel scared and lack confidence. Oh, that sounds like anxious attachment style. Okay. Let's get the shadow cards on it. Let's see the shadows behind this. Spirit. And then we're going to dive mad deep into this first one. We're going to dive mad deep into it. What is the shadow behind this first one, Spirit? What is the shadow behind this first one, Spirit? What is the shadow behind the second one, the subconscious one? Jesus. Woo! Alright. What is the shadow for my Virgos subconsciously? How they act in relationships? What do they avoid? What is the shadow behind what they avoid? Alright. Damn, that came out twice, so that definitely needs to be known. Okay. What is the overall shadow behind this belief that my Virgos hold, Spirit? What is the overall shadow that my Virgos hold as a belief? What is the overall shadow belief that my Virgos hold about love? Damn, you Virgos really suppress your emotions. These cards are flying out. It's like you don't, it's like you have a lot to say, but you don't say it. Okay. All right, my Virgo. So you have how you consciously act in relationships is I can act resentful and distance myself from people for months without addressing the issue. The shadow behind this is quick-tempered. Think before you speak. Put space between your thoughts and the words that come out. So Virgos, I feel that you have a tendency to be avoidant towards emotions when things get intense in a connection. You don't know how to express your emotions, so you kind of like back off. And it's because you feel that your temper will get the best of you. But here's the thing. If you're very aware of your temper, then you're very aware of how you feel. But I feel like you still avoid speaking up for yourself and how you feel because you think you're going to lash out in a manner that's not healthy. So you rather suppress it rather than express it. But with doing that, you're creating even more blockages within yourself to the point you're blinded by what you really need to see. And what you really need to see is the fact that your feelings matter and they should be expressed. But by you holding this in is creating even more anger within you, to the point that you don't even want to deal with it. And that is just causing you to become resentful towards yourself and towards others. And this is why you pull back, because you avoid how you feel. And now how you subconsciously act and what you avoid is, when I feel insecure, I put on a false mask to hide who I really am. You have consistency here. Inconsistent. Think about if your thoughts, actions, or routines are inconsistent. Does it serve you well on a daily basis? I'm hearing that saying, I said it for Tauruses too, that the way you do things is how you do everything. So what I'm feeling is that you put on this persona to accommodate others, to make yourself feel comfortable around them, thinking that they're good people for you. But really what you're doing is abandoning yourself. And it's like you're in a constant fluctuation of being inconsistent with how you show up in your relationships. So it's like when you're insecure, you act fake. When you're hurt, you pull back. So it's like you're inconsistent, you're up and down. So I feel like you show up in relationships, but you don't, because it gets too intense. But you know how to show up in some areas that are not too intense. So it's like you're kind of wishy-washy in your connections. And it's because you feel insecure. And it's because you don't feel stable within yourself. And I'm really sensing Taurus. Why am I getting Taurus? I'm so sorry. I did Tauruses before, you guys. But Virgos, what I'm feeling is that it's like you feel like you're hard to love. But you're not hard to love. You're not hard to love at all. It's just you're holding on to this belief that love is hard to come by. And that's why you feel insecure. That's why you act fake. That's why you attract people who are inconsistent, and you become inconsistent. And it's all because that's just stemming from probably in your childhood. Maybe when your parents made you feel like you weren't good enough. So you walked around thinking that love is hard to receive, because my parents always took their love away from me. I know how that feels, Virgos. And I have Virgo in my chart too. So I completely understand that. Now for your overall trigger and the belief of it is when I'm disconnected physically or emotionally from my partner, I begin to feel scared and lack confidence. I feel that is an anxious attachment style. If you don't know what I mean by attachment styles, there's a book called Attachments, and it's all about certain characteristics, styles that people embody that is portrayed in love relationships. So yours, I feel, is anxious attachment, meaning that when your partner probably doesn't text back, you're overanalyzing that. Or when you're with your partner and they're not giving you attention, it's like you act out or lash out and you question the relationship. So you get anxious, and that's coming from an abandonment wound. So maybe you guys were abandoned by a parent or a caretaker at a young age, so that made you feel insecure, that made you resentful, that made you close yourself out because you thought your emotions weren't important because someone made you feel like you weren't important. So you feel scared that someone might leave you, and you lack confidence to express your truth or to stand still within your own being. And so the shadow behind that is that you have superficial. You care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem, your personality. And that's why I feel what happens is like you're a little bit anxious to the point you become codependent, and codependency comes from giving up your sense of self to try to prove your worth, to make that person stay with you, because you don't have a sense of security within yourself. So you act in superficial ways because you care so much of what people think about you. But your shadow is letting you know is that you have to do the inner work. You have to value who you are as a person and see your self-esteem. They keep leading me back to this. It's like you're blinded to pain when that pain is trying to teach you how to love yourself. So you're really abandoning yourself, Virgos. Wow. So your shadow wants to let you know, do the inner work to get to the root cause of why you feel unsafe within yourself. Why is it that you value people more than you value yourself? Why is it that you have low self-esteem? Your personality Your personality creates your personal reality. So what image of yourself do you have regarding love? Do you think you're not worthy of love? Do you think you're too hard to love? Do you think people are going to leave you? Do you think that you need to give up yourself and neglect yourself so people can be here for you? Do you think you're worthy of abuse? Do you think you're worthy of superficial things? So really, your shadow wants you to get in depth in understanding how to love yourself and see your worth and understand that your pain is really an opportunity for you to build a better version of you that is making healthier decisions for your best and highest good, including in relationships. Damn, Spirit. Damn. Let's get some tarot on it and get deeper, because this shit does got good. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get one card for this pile, please, from our beautiful Virgos in the collective? Yes. Throw it on the ground. Make my life much more. Much more. Love it. I say much more difficult. No, much more. Meaning in abundance. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Love it. Can I get one card for this middle pile, please? From our beautiful Virgos. Look who the fuck just showed up in their own reading. I love it. Can I get one more card for this last pile, please, from our beautiful Virgos? Can I get one more card, please? Can I get one more, please, Spirit, for this last pile from our beautiful Virgos? Can I get one more, please? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right, my beautiful Virgos. So, consciously, how you are in depth, why you act the way that you do consciously in love. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Virgos, I feel it's like you patiently wait for people to read your mind, for them to immediately know what you need. And when they don't give you that, you're very disappointed and you're wallowing in the fact that, is it worth planting seeds of what I want? Am I even going to receive it or get it? Because I haven't already. So the Seven of Pentacles is about hold on, guys, because this is very interesting. Yeah. So the Seven of Pentacles is about growth. It's about patience. So I feel like the tarot wants to let you know you need to have more patience with yourself. But also understand that maybe your partner does have patience for you and you need to be able to allow yourself to unravel what you're feeling. So instead of running away, instead of thinking your temper is going to get the best of you, see how far you have grown from who you have been. And allow that depiction to help you determine what is the best action to take when there's confrontation. So the Seven of Pentacles just let you know, have patience with yourself and have patience with your partner. Because in order for you to have harmony within your relationships and feel heard and feel seen and feel like you're good enough, you need to have patience and compassion with yourself and be able to open up in order to see your seeds grow. So I feel like Virgos, you got to change up how you show up in your relationships. Stop running away and allow yourself to say, you know what, instead of running away, what will happen if I stay? What will happen if I tell her or tell him or her, can you be patient with me? I'm going to tell you how I feel. I don't want to run away anymore, but I need your patience with me. Because I know what I want in this relationship. I just don't know how to express it. So that's what I'm feeling. So definitely just have patience with yourself while you're going through this process. And please understand, while you're having patience with yourself, tell your partner that you need that too. When you're in a relationship or not, you just know. Take what resonates, because this will be helpful for you no matter what. Now, I do feel like you do have partners that are willing to see your pain if you don't run away. Now, what you need to subconsciously be aware of is you have the Hermit in... You have the Hermit in the reverse. You have the Hermit in the reverse. Look at these fucking beautiful cards, you guys. I love them. And you showed up in your own reading. So you already know this, Virgos. You already know this. You already been to the depths of it. You've been through hell. I mean, look at your cloak. You've been through hell. But you gained a lot of wisdom. Look at that golden nugget. You gain a lot of wisdom, of understanding how you show up in relationships. But with the Hermit in reverse, all I'm hearing is that it's time for you to get out of Hermit mode, meaning it's time for you to stop shutting yourself out, stop hiding yourself, stop expressing false depictions of yourself, and start expressing your wisdom, your truth, your needs, your wants. Also, start showing up the way that you want your partner to show up. Show up that way for yourself with this inconsistent card. Show up for yourself. If you want your partner to love you when you're down, love yourself when you're down. When you want someone to listen, hear you out, hear yourself out. If you I just heard, if you want to go on a date, you take yourself out on a date. You know, this is all about getting out of your comfort zone of feeling insecure and start creating a new way of seeing yourself as someone who is secure and who loves themselves. And take all that wisdom that you gain from pain and see it as an opportunity for the fact that you're so valuable that someone will see you as a blessing in their life from all the wisdom you have gained. That's fucking deep. Okay. Now, and the last pile for the beliefs that you hold, you have the Judgment card here. Don't mind the buttocks. Love these cards though. Love these fucking cards. So, you got the Judgment here. I feel internally your spirit already knows what it is that you need to let go of and what it is that you need to surrender. Excuse me, guys, I got a burp. Excuse me. This is a divine intervention, I feel, where that the reason why a majority of relationships didn't work out is because it's trying to lead you back home to you. It's like your soul is calling you back home to see the things that you're avoiding that are the reason why, the core reason why your relationships haven't worked out the way that you wanted them to. So with the Judgment here, it's like the calling of your soul is telling you that it's time for you to take a break and step back from relationships and see that you need to tend to your broken heart. Because when you keep trying to search, grasp, have, need, you keep neglecting and abandoning yourself, and your soul is tired of it. Your soul is tired of it, Virgos. And it wants you to understand that love comes from within. So anytime something doesn't work out within a particular relationship, it's really a sign for you to come back to you to learn lessons you need to learn that are going to help you cultivate more self-love so you can have discernment on who is worthy of that love or not, so you won't be disappointed by what people are bringing because you're aware of it now. Because you're aware of what you're attracting because of what you embodied energetically. So, whew, that's deep. All right. So let's see what the type of people you attract and the type of person you are in relationships. These are twin flame cards, but these are so powerful for any relationship dynamic, so I'm using them. The red is for the runner and the yellow is for the chaser. But I'm going to use the yellow for you and the red for the type of people you attract. So Spirit, what kind of people do my Virgos attract into their lives that repeat these patterns? What kind of people? Okay, we got 2 for you. I'm going to take those. Alright, what kind of people do my Virgos attract into their life that causes them to repeat these patterns? Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate you, Spirits. I appreciate you. Alright. Ooh, wow. So you have type of people you attract. I'm not ready for this relationship. You attract people who are uncommittal because they're fearful of love. And they're users. That makes sense. Quick-tempered or resentful. You attract people who are in love with the idea of love, but really don't know how to give love because they rather take because you are a caring fucking person, Virgos, and you are deep and you run deep. And the type of person you are in a relationship is that I will start focusing on myself. I want to block my twin flame's phone number, but what if they call? I love this. I love these cards. They crack me the fuck up. But take the label out of it. Take the label out of it. The type of person you are in relationships going forward is that you want to realize you can't change people and try to prove yourself to them to see your worth. Instead, you're going to realize your worth and value that and make that a number one priority and love yourself regardless if people don't love you because you know you're worthy of it. So you'd rather live with your pain and see what it's trying to show you to get back to loving yourself rather than living in pain and being blinded by pain and dealing with people who really don't know how to love you because they don't know how to love themselves. And you got, I want to block my twin flame's phone number, but what if they call? So Virgos, you care. You care. You care and you love so deeply. And when you love that person, it's like you want to do everything for them. But when you're hurt by that person, it's like you don't know how to let go of them or allow them to do their own thing. So what I'm getting here is that you need to find a way to understand how to prioritize yourself and realize that, do you really want a person because you love them? Or do you think you want them because they're fulfilling a void within you that keeps replaying that trigger from childhood? Because that's all it is, you guys. We attract people who replay these traumas and trigger these wounds that give us that high and low, that give us that false sense of thrill. So you have to be aware of choosing self over other people, Virgos. All right. Now let's see what your overall energy is around love in the near future since you learned all of this. All right, Spirit. What is my Virgo's overall energy towards love in the near future? What is my Virgo's overall energy regarding love in the near future? I'm a dork. If you don't like that, this channel is not for you. Spirit, what is my overall Virgo's energy about love in the near future? Thank you. What's the overall Virgo? My Virgo's energy in the near future regarding love? Yeah. Alright, Virgos. They told me to stop shuffling because that's all I need. Alright. So you have... God, I fucking love this. I love it. I love it. Virgos, you have Cupid's arrow. I just scratched my nose. Oh my God, it hurt. You have Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise, invitation, or meeting. Hesitation. Virgos, you will be hesitant to allow love in because you think love leads to pain. But have faith in the fact that when you're aware of your wounds and you're aware of your emotions, but you also know your boundaries and know your worth, have faith in the fact that you are worthy of love because you are lovable. And just know that love is coming and it will shock you and it will come into your life and shock you once you surrender that pain, that love is painful. And you have Dragonfly here. Be lighthearted. Find out. Things coming to light. Adapt, change, heal. Clear indication that is in the near future, you're going to allow everything that you have learned from your pain to transform you. And it's going to bring so much clarity to the point that you're going to realize that love, it doesn't come from pain. Love is not painful. People who don't know how to love bring pain. Damn, Spirit. Damn. Giving it to you, Virgos. Giving it to you. All right. All right, Spirit. For the higher self, for all my Virgos in the collective, what do you want to let them know about how they should be consciously in relationships from now on? How they should consciously be in relationships. All right. What do you want to let my Virgos know what they need to be aware of subconsciously in relationships? Alright, what is the overall belief that you want my Virgos to embody in order for them to have healthy relationships in the near future, higher self? What do you want to let my Virgos know? The belief that they need to embody in order to have healthy connections in their future. Thank you. Alright. I don't know where the fuck this energy came from now. Alright. Came out the blue. Give me the loot. Too perfect. That was just perfect to do. Alright. So how you consciously should act, your higher self wants to let you know is, your higher self wants you to ask this question anytime you feel resentful, want to run away, or feel quick-tempered. Your higher self wants to let you know, what is my heart trying to tell me that I refuse to hear? They're bringing me back to blinded to pain. Your higher self wants you to question, what is it that you refuse to learn that you keep running away from emotionally in relationships? Is it too intense? Do you think that showing your real self is going to make someone run away? Your higher self wants you to question why you keep avoiding expressing yourself and your emotions. How you should consciously be. So be vulnerable. Now, subconsciously, what you need to be aware of, your higher self wants to let you know, is that I will surrender to things in my life I have no control over. I will eat something healthy at my next meal to feed my body what it needs, also for better health. So, with this inconsistency card, I do feel like that has to do with health, most definitely. Virgos, be very aware